I'm a single mom with 4 boys, and the number one concern I have is the health and safety of my children.
In our home, no matter what window we look out of, we see wind turbines. North, south, east, west. We are completely surrounded on all 4 sides.
We've lived out here for 6 years. And then the wind turbines came. And we just really feel like we've been invaded.
My name's Brent Robinson. I'm president of Oklahoma Wind Action Association, OWAA. We started the group back in 2013 as basically a grassroots campaign to inform people, to give them information that we weren't able to get through our legislators or community or municipalities, and to basically have a voice. This is truly a David and Goliath type battle that we have, and the only way that anybody can get anything done to voice their concerns is to pull the resources together.
Hello, my name is Steve Whitrock. I've been a realtor, a full-time realtor for 11 years. I'm here to answer the question of whether or not wind turbines depreciate value of homes. There are studies done that state property values can be diminished by anywhere from 20% to being totally unmarketable.
The more I did research on the health issues, the more alarming I became. It is very alarming, and the wind industry wants us to believe that it's in our heads. They have all the scientific proof and evidence that it does not happen, which basically, though, what convinced me that there is an issue are the real stories. Go out and ask the Dan Grellners of the world. Go out and ask the Tara Walkers. Go out and, the Cheyenne Wards of the world out there, of this community. And go to them and tell them that what we're hearing, what we're seeing, what we're feeling is just nothing but misinformation and in your head.
Hi, I'm Cheyenne Ward, and we moved out to this area near Okarche because it's beautiful country, peace and quiet. We fell in love with it and the people around here. I homeschool 3 children, and we enjoy beautiful days when we can get outside and do things and read outside. And not too long ago, back in September, one of my children was diagnosed with an auditory processing problem. And it is very difficult for him to learn in an environment with a lot of background noise. And so he would struggle in a normal classroom setting, being able to learn and understand what's going on. And so he's really done well in our homeschool environment because I can teach him one-on-one. But now that the turbines have come, it just makes it increasingly difficult for him to understand what people are saying, or phonetic sounds when he's trying to understand what you're talking about. We can't go outside and read and enjoy our peace and quiet outside. And that was one of the beauties of moving out here, was the peace and quiet outside. And now it sounds like I live by a loud airport with jet engines going over our home constantly.
I want to go back to the safe setbacks on homes. The state just recently passed some laws that gives setbacks to airports, hospitals, and public schools. And nothing was there to protect people's homes, to protect families. So there's something there. If the state sees that hospitals, airports, and public schools need protection, and didn't even include private schools or homeschooled kids, which there are homeschooled kids in this neighborhood or in this area. If they found issues with that, and they found a cause to put safe setbacks at 1 3/4 of a mile, which is 1.5 nautical miles, why not people's homes?
When we first started the group, we went to our local officials, we went to the town, we talked to the mayor, we talked to county commissioners in 2 different counties. We went to the Capitol, we talked to senators, representatives, and anywhere we went, we were told that they couldn't do anything to help us and that their hands were tied. There are no regulations in the state of Oklahoma that regulate the placement of turbines in proximity to people's homes. We have 22 wind turbines within 1.5 miles from our home, and that's just too close. At night, whenever the sky is dark, all you see are red blinking lights. For as far as I can see, that's all I see at night when we're sitting on the couch.
I mean, we started this before those were up, with the understanding, and they have the understanding that they might have to move them, but yet they still bullied their way in. They still forced people to sign leases, which I shouldn't use forced, but when you get thrown at you, your neighbor signing anyway, you're going to have to look at them. You might as well sign. I think that's bullying mentality. And I think that's a huge reason why I'm still doing this and still fighting for this, is because it's got to stop. It literally has to stop. And if it doesn't stop here, or if we don't get a favorable ruling here, they're going everywhere.
Well, I guess I'll just go ahead and start telling you about my experience with the wind turbines. I guess it started, I just finished up with kind of a bad divorce, and the next thing I started hearing is that there were going to be putting this wind farm by my house. And at first I thought, oh, it's just rumors, it's really not going to be happening. But sure enough, as you can see around my house, there are thousands or hundreds of them, it seems. My third boy, Philip, has ADHD, and if you do any kind of research on these things, it does have a huge effect on children. And I told, I sent a letter to Apex, even expressing my concerns back in 2012. And I said, you guys cannot put these things near my home. I said, my kid has ADHD, and I cited several different studies in my letter to them stating that this is going to have an effect on my children. Please do not put these things by my home. And I basically begged and pleaded in this letter to Apex. Nobody cared. Nobody cared. Until you live around these things, the things that you will experience, especially within a fourth of a mile from your home, dizziness, headaches, nausea, ringing in your ear, pressure. It constantly sounds like there's an airplane or a helicopter or something just over the top of your house at night. And these are all things we are experiencing. Another thing that you'll notice in my house, if these things are turned just a certain way, that there is a constant shadow in my house downstairs.
This is in our kitchen. Can't even sit in here and eat breakfast. I estimate every morning for at least 4 months until the sun gets higher. I cannot believe I'm going to have to do something because I can't stand it. It seems to be getting worse. I guess it's getting right in the middle of the windmill. We got a double flicker. The one in my den and another one in the kitchen. I guess it's a little late behind. The whole house is flashing. Unbelievable. They should have known where the light and the flicker was going to hit a house and backed it up. Are you kidding me? Rest of my life? I don't know what I'm going to do. I thought I'd come outside, kind of show you what we're doing, what we have to work outside in. Or even just come out and enjoy the morning, but no, can't even do that. There's the one that's just a little over, I don't know, 1,500 feet maybe from my house. Right behind my shed. And then they all line up for the next 2 miles. I can't imagine what's going to happen when the sun's right down there between all 5 or 6 of those. It'll be so crazy here. I might have to change my work schedule up. Maybe this is not really recording what I got to go through. Maybe you'll get some type of perspective.
There's no way an individual can fight this individually. Not around here. There's no way. So that's what the group is for. That's what we're doing, because trust me, there's sometimes I wake up and say, God, I don't want to do this anymore. But the pats on the backs, the keep up the good work, how can we help, comments that I get helps me keep going on this. And that is really why we're doing this, is so the small people and the common people can have a voice, because there's not anything out there. And it's frustrating. acquired and obtained, I think, some very talented attorneys who have fought very vigorously on different other environmental issues, and which is says something that if you have an environmental attorneys fighting for your cause, what is supposed to be a green energy and a green agenda, I think that says something that the siting and the placement of wind turbines is an issue. But you know, we started out with 10 to 15 people meeting in somebody's living room. That's grown to over 350 people, members, and who asked for our support. They asked us to help them. They came to us and said, we have no other place to go. We have nothing else we can come up with. We don't know. What do we do? And so, yeah, and you know, so the support comes, do you need money? How much can I give? And you know, we're like, if you can give $10, we'll go $10. If you can give us thousands of dollars, you can give us thousands of dollars. It's whatever you want to give, whatever you feel like you need to donate or you can afford, that's fine. You're represented regardless of how much you give. We're all in this together. We're in this fight. We're going to win this fight, I believe.